Alright, check this out. Look, CM Punk is not a fucking draw. I'm like, bruh, if a 300K bump is y'all standard as a fucking draw, look, let me talk to you about mathematics when it comes to professional wrestling and who's a draw and what draws. This guy been away for 7 fucking years. That little 300K bump, that was curiosity. Those were not fans. Those were not new fans. Those were lapsed fans from 6 years ago that have been waiting for this guy to come back. That was nothing more than curiosity. And yes, he was promoted. He wasn't promoted by AEW when it came to him making that appearance. He was promoted by his fucking fanboys. He was promoted by all these nerd podcasters on YouTube. So yes, he had tons of promotion when he made his return on fucking Rampage. Yes, he was promoted. That's why it was sold out. In his hometown, by the way. How much does that count as a draw? Why wouldn't you sell out your hometown stadium if you're a big time star? It's like you fanboys, y'all standards are so low. Y'all standards are so low. He's not a draw. He's been away for 7 years. People tuned in because they were curious. They were curious on what was he gonna say. What was he going to do? Was he gonna fight? Was he gonna cut a promo on somebody? People were curious. That's all. It was curiosity, bitch. Just like AEW's first show on TNT. I think it pulled what? 1.3? 1.4? Yeah. Where are they at now? Remember? Their first show drew 1.4 million. Where they at now? That 1.4 was based on promotion, advertisement, curiosity. People want to tune in to see what was AEW all about. It was curiosity. It didn't last the next week. Now did it? And since then, has it last? Have they ever gotten that big number since then? Have they drew 1.4 since their debut on TNT? That's what CM Punk was. That was a debut / return. That was curiosity. People didn't tune in to say, oh man, I really want to see CM Punk. Oh my God, I can't wait to see him. No, people were curious. That's all. That 300K bump ain't gonna last, bruh. That 300K little bump will not last long term. Why? Because the past 5 years, wrestling has changed. Fans' attention span has grown smaller and smaller. Today's wrestling is what have you done for me lately? I got news for you. He will not show up every week. So their numbers are gonna go back to the way they were. 900K, 800K. Their numbers are gonna go back to the way they were. CM Punk is not a fucking draw. It won't last. Like, and I keep hearing these fucking idiots and their sarcasm with, oh, he drew 1.1. But I thought he wasn't a draw though, huh? Hilk. Nigga, man, fuck you. Shut the fuck up. He's not a draw. That don't mean shit. Nigga, if AEW signed Brock fucking Lesnar, he would have drew more than that. Let that sink in. I mean, cut it out, man. Yes, he drew 300K. That gives you no indication. That gives you no right to say, oh, I thought he wasn't a draw. Oh, yeah, bitch, he ain't no draw. He is not a fucking draw. Those numbers were curiosity. Not new fans. I guarantee you this. Probably 150K of those viewers that he brought in were actually his fans, probably. And the other viewers that he brought in were just people that were just curious on what he was going to look like, what was he going to say, what was he going to do. Lapsed fans that would not watch the product in the following weeks. I guarantee you that. I'm like, bro, like, Edge was retired for 10 years. And guess what? The fucking honeymoon is over. The fucking honeymoon is over for Edge now. Now Edge seems like he's just a part. Edge feels like he's just another guy on the fucking roster now. And guess what? He's a bigger star than CM Punk. CM Punk was never a bigger star than fucking Edge. As hell, I think Punk knows that. Yeah, what is Edge drawing on fucking SmackDown? Why? Because fans are fickle. Yeah, fans were crying that he came back at the fucking Royal Rumble. He came back from multiple neck surgeries. It's a miracle. It's a miracle that he's fucking back. But yet, fans, they look at Edge like he's just another guy on a fucking roster now, right? Is he drawing numbers on SmackDown? No. Because fans are fickle. He came back at the Royal Rumble, then fucking 4 months later at fucking WrestleMania, people on social media were trashing his fucking match against Randy Orton. Even though, hold on, y'all niggas should be happy that he's even back. He was gone for 10 years via injury. And y'all are already treating him like just another face on the fucking roster? What makes you think that's not going to be CM Punk in AEW? Look at fucking Christian Cage. His ass had to retire via injury. And for some reason, fans, they treat Christian like he's just another guy on the fucking roster. That's going to be CM Punk. Within maybe 4 weeks, I'm going to predict after All Out, CM Punk would just be another face on the fucking roster. I guarantee you that. I swear it on the Bible. You AEW fans will treat him like he's fucking Christian Cage. You will treat him like he's Taz, Big Show, Miro. I guarantee it. FTR, you will treat him like he's just another guy from the other company. Watch. This little honeymoon phase is gonna end within maybe 4 weeks, because it's all about the follow-up. It's all about how he's booked. It's all about what the fuck is he going to do when he does show up? I guarantee you he will be just another face on the roster. He is not a draw. Like, he is not Edge. Edge ain't drawing nothing right now. And guess what? He's better than CM Punk. He's 1,000 times better than CM Punk. He has a bigger name than CM Punk. I guarantee you this. There was a time where Edge almost went to AEW. But Vince offered him more money. I guarantee you this. If Edge went to AEW, he would draw more viewers than what CM Punk did on fucking Rampage. I guarantee it. Why? Because Edge came back from a career-ending injury. It's a miracle that he's even walking. It's a miracle that he's even back in a fucking wrestling ring. It's not a miracle that CM Punk is back in wrestling. It's not a fucking miracle. So just imagine how many viewers Edge would have fucking brought in if he was advertised like CM Punk was on social media. In this fucking notion of, oh, CM Punk sold out a fucking arena without being advertised by AEW. No, bitch, fuck you. Their fanboys, their rabid fan base advertised him on social media. Wrestling is now on social media now. Wrestling is now on social media now. Word gets out quickly on social media. Every fucking day for a 2-week span, every wrestling podcaster was talking about the return of CM Punk. His return was promoted by tons of top-notch wrestling podcasters. So yes, he had promotion, bitch. He was heavily promoted because wrestling is on social media now. Everything is on YouTube. Everything is on Twitter. Everything is in the fucking dirt sheets now. That's where wrestling is at now. Wrestling is no longer on TV. Wrestling is on social media now. That's how the word gets out there. From mouth to mouth. It's YouTube. Nothing more. When will you guys get that he's not a draw? That's why it was sold out. Because word got out. Every fucking podcaster with a huge following was promoting this guy. So yes, that's called marketing without actually having to pay for it. AEW didn't have to do shit because all the nerds and fanboys were going to advertise CM Punk for them without actually paying for advertisement. So get the fuck out of here, man. He ain't no fucking draw. He ain't Edge. Edge ain't drawing shit right now. Why? Because wrestling ain't as big as it once was 10 years ago. So what makes you think Punk is gonna draw more than a fucking Edge? He's no Edge. CM Punk was never bigger than Edge. And CM Punk's return was not bigger than Edge's return at the fucking Royal Rumble. Not even close. Not even close. So please, people, he is not a draw. It's like, wow, man, you guys are celebrating 1.1 viewers. That's what we're doing now. That's y'all standard. And no, he is not a game changer. CM Punk is not no fucking game changer. Why would he be a game changer 7 years later if he was never a game changer in the WWE? He's older now. How is he a game changer? How is he a game changer? He wasn't changing shit around John Cena and fucking Brock Lesnar and the fucking Miz. how is it a game changer among fucking jobbers in AEW now? He's a game changer now, huh? How? He ain't shit. He ain't no game changer. What is he changing? Wrestling will never be as big as it once was. That 300K bump will not last. AEW's first ever show drew 1.4. How come they don't reach that every week since then? Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. He is not a draw. That little bump that he had last week, that don't mean shit. That don't mean he's a draw. That show was heavily advertised, heavily promoted. He brought back lapsed viewers that were curious to see what was CM Punk going to say after 7 years. That's all. That's it. This would not be a weekly thing of him bringing in new fucking viewers. Get the fuck out of here.